Welcome you back inside Studio J here in Atlanta. Game 2 of our double dip, the Knicks and the Lakers. And look at the turnaround for the Knicks, especially defensively. Going from number 18 to number 1 since January 21st when they've gone 16-5. And, boy, on the road they've been great. They've won 9 of their last 11 away from home, including blowing out Denver in their gym the other day. And now they're going to L.A. to take on the Lakers.
Yeah, this... Ernie, Kenny and Shaq know this. In November and December, you're thinking, damn, we got 82 games to go. Then the New Year starts, you're like, we still got 40 games, 50 games to go. Now the season's starting to get fun.
It's real.
When you get past the All-Star break, you know now if you got a good team and got a chance. Like, we know half of these teams are tanking. But if you're the Knicks, the Pistons, the Celtics, the Cavaliers, you're like, we got 4 teams. They're like, it's starting to get serious now. You're trying to get positioning, and you're trying to get all your momentum going. This is the best time of the year right now.
Jalen Brunson, by the way, on a bit of a tear in the assist column. He's had back-to-back games of 15 assists. And the only guys in Knicks history who have done it 3 times, your old buddy, Jet, Mark Jackson. And
Clyde Frazier.
Michael Ray.
Michael Ray. Yeah. Mike, the great.
But he continues. He continues his stellar play.
Yeah, his stellar play. I mean, individually, one-on-one, he is probably one of the top 5 guards in the league to guard. It's Kenny Atkinson would say he's top 5. But the one thing, though, down the stretch, sometimes your record can be misleading because you have people that are not playing to win, other teams. So what only matters right now is Detroit, Cleveland, and Boston. When you play those teams and when they walk in your building, they cannot be part of the 16-5. They cannot be part of that. They have to be part of the 16 wins. And so that's more important down the stretch because you are creating a game plan for the playoffs. You might not use it. You might not win every series, but you should walk in with a game plan of knowing what worked. And so when you beat them in the regular season and say, hey, when we doubled Jalen, when Jalen Brunson was doubled and he was able to make passes, you have a game plan. When you're walking in and you lost these games, you have no game plan. You have to start from scratch. That's tough in the playoffs.
You talk about those teams at the top of the East. So, look, Boston adds Tatum. Cleveland adds Harden. Is this Knicks team able to keep up with those guys?
You know, they're there right now. So if I'm the Knicks, I'm looking to get to that number 2 spot. And listen, you know, as much as we talk about Brunson, to me, the focus is all on Caddy. He has to play aggressive and he has to play great. I know Charles, you know, me and him had an argument the other day about great players don't have to play great, but if the Knicks talk about championship, this guy has to be aggressive. He has to mix it up, like Charles said. When you got a big guy on you, take it out. When you got a small guy on you, take it to the hole. We know you can shoot, but I think it's a disadvantage 7 foot be out there shooting threes all the time. So he has to play well, he has to play aggressive, and he has to play consistent. And he has to have that dog mentality. I know he's not a dog, but you can have a dog mentality. My good friend Mike Penberth, he wasn't a dog, but he had that dog mentality. So don't tell me you can't have a dog mentality.
He's second in rebounds. He's first in double-doubles with 44 this year. They take on a Laker team, which has won 4 of their last 5. Granted, those wins coming against Golden State, Sacramento, New Orleans, and Indiana. They step up a weight class today.
They walk through a gauntlet. I want to piggyback on some. The Lakers, we have to talk about them. We're contractually obligated to talk about how
they're only a game on the lost side out of the 4 spots.
We're not contractually obligated.
You're acting like they're the 9 or 10.
Charlotte. They're way better than Charlotte. They're way better than the Dream Team. How about that?
We're not contractually obligated. What are you talking about?
They're better than the Dream Team.
They're not a good team. I know we have to act like they're a good team.
No, they're not a great team. They're a good team. Stop it.
They're solid. Okay. They're not a contender.
They're moving up the ranks even as we speak.
Shaq, are they a contender?
If they get home court advantage, yes.
Against who?
If they get home...
Shaq, let me ask you a question, Shaq. Can they beat the Thunder?
Yeah.
They can?
Yeah.
Kenny, can they beat the Thunder?
Yeah.
That'd be a tough matchup.
Kenny, can they beat the Spurs?
Yeah. Put it like this.
Can they beat the Spurs?
If they beat the top 3 teams, it would be an upset. However, they have the 3 players that can cause an upset. Guys who can get buckets down the stretch. Reeves, LeBron,
It ain't going to be no
Luka.
sweep. That's what you're saying?
No, it would not be a
They're going to
sweep,
sweep them. Spurs going to sweep them.
Are they going to win a round in the playoffs?
Yes, they're going to win the first round.
Put that stat back up.
Right now, they would be
4 or
playing the
5,
Houston Rockets.
You think they're going to beat the Rockets right now?
Easily.
What? Okay, they
Easily.
played the Rockets right now. You think
Easily.
Are you serious right
Guaranteed. Easily.
Okay. Listen.
That's a good matchup for them.
Yeah, it is.
That is a good matchup.
I know, it is.
That Rocket matchup would be a good matchup.
Okay, well, we can disagree.
It wouldn't be it wouldn't be easy, but it'll be a good matchup.
Yeah, without question. We're making our way towards the tip in Cleveland. The Celtics and the Cavs coming your way here on ABC at the top of the hour. Chuck's agent after that.
Going to jail.
Shout out to
Going
the
to jail now.
We're coming back with more.
I paid my taxes. They paid all.
Welcome you back. Want to take just a slight detour from the normal NBA stuff. Look, we're all dads. Kenny's a dad. Kenny celebrated the other night with his son Malloy, going to North Carolina. And then 24 hours later, Malloy's team loses in the state semifinals in overtime.
Oof.
And Kenny's watching it on his phone. And this was late last night. And Kenny, it's I asked you last night. I said, so what'd you say to him? He said, I got to let it settle in before I talk to him. So what was the conversation like? I think a lot of parents out there would love to hear. How do you handle this?
Well, you're going from highs to lows is about life, and I was like, this is exactly what makes who you're going to be. You know, you could go from a high to an actual low when you lose a state championship. They were up 5 with a minute to go, and the team made an unbelievable comeback, hit a 3, banked 3. But what it is about those life lessons, because sometimes I have a saying, sometimes when you win, you actually lose because you have bad habits. You're still able to get over the top because you might be more talented. And then sometimes when you lose, you win because you did the right things. If you play with effort, I said, did you play with effort? He said, yeah. Did you play as hard as you could? Yes, I did. You think your teammates did? Yeah. Well, you got to shake people's hands sometimes. Sometimes you don't always come out on top. We always joke about Charles. Oh, he doesn't have the championship rings, but that doesn't make you a champion. Charles is a champion of life, a champion of basketball without a ring. But the ring didn't make him a champion. And so, that happens. And I actually used that analogy when I was describing him. I was talking about Charles. I'm like, Charles is a champion, bro. He didn't get the rings that we got, but he's an NBA champion.
You can do me a favor?
What's that?
That kid who had 32 and 17, can you get his number for me?
That kid is top 3 player in the country.
Christian
Collins.
Christian, I'm speaking on behalf of the Auburn Nation. Christian Collins, you had 32 and 17.
Yes.
If you want to come visit Auburn, we will make sure you come down and see Coach Steve Pearl.
You two could play on a bubble team.
You two can play on national
bubble
television.
team.
Yes, come on, Christian Collins. He's 32.
All-American.
Is he?
Yeah, he's
Hey, we got a McDonald's in Auburn.
Yeah.
We're going to take a break.